How can you finally understand native speakers?
Hello everyone, and welcome back.
Thank you for passing by the channel.
Today we have a very important topic. We are going to talk about how you can improve your English listening.
This is a big challenge for many students. So we want to give you real practical advice.
My ears are open. Well, they're always open.
Good to hear, Eddy. Let's begin by discussing something fundamental.
Let's talk about why listening is so important.
Many students focus only on speaking. They want to talk.
Which is understandable, but it's only half the picture. Think about the 4 major skills in any language.
That's right. You have reading and writing.
And then you have listening and speaking. We can separate these into 2 groups: input skills and output skills.
Input is the information you receive. So that would be listening and reading.
Correct, and output is what you produce. That is your speaking and your writing.
Okay, that makes sense. Input is consumption. Output is creation.
A great way to put it, Eddy. And in this dynamic, listening is probably the most important skill.
That's a strong statement, Ed. Explain that for the students watching.
Of course, it's because of one simple reason. Listening allows you to understand people. Now think about having a conversation. When you are speaking, you can control what you say.
You can choose simple words. You can use grammar that you know well.
Exactly, you are in the driver's seat. But you can't control what the other person says back to you.
That's the scary part.
Eddy is right. That is a very common fear. The other person will use vocabulary you don't know. They will use grammar you haven't studied.
They will speak at a natural, fast pace.
Their accent might be different.
So in order to have a real conversation, you need to be able to understand the reply.
So listening is not passive. It's the foundation for speaking.
That's a very insightful way to put it, Eddy. Without strong listening skills, your conversations will always feel limited.
And this goes beyond just conversations. Think about everything you want to enjoy.
Like watching TV shows without subtitles.
Or understanding your favorite movies.
Or the lyrics to that song I like.
Even listening to podcasts like this one.
All of these activities depend on one thing: your ability to listen and comprehend.
So we all agree it's a vital component of your English learning journey.
It is not just a skill. It is the key that unlocks the language.
Okay, so now that we have established that,
I think it is time to address a big question.
if listening is so important, why is it so difficult for so many people?
Yes, please explain. My brain feels like scrambled eggs sometimes.
That's a very vivid description, Eddy. And we are going to unscramble those eggs.
To do that, it's helpful to know that it's not just you.
Here is something you might find interesting. Or perhaps even surprising.
Native speakers also struggle to understand everything they hear.
Wait, did you say native speakers struggle too?
That's exactly right, Eddy. And we want every student watching to really hear this part.
You are not alone in your struggle. Even people who have spoken English their entire lives do not understand everything they hear.
That is a huge relief. I thought it was just me.
It's a very common misconception. Let us give you some real-world examples. Think about listening to music on the radio.
This is a perfect example.
I find it very, very difficult to understand the lyrics in many popular songs.
There are a few reasons for this. First, the singer's pronunciation is often artistic, not conversational.
And the musical instruments can be very loud, making the voice hard to hear clearly.
I always thought I just didn't know the slang.
Sometimes that is the case, but often it is simply difficult to hear.
Okay, another big example, movies. When I am watching a movie at home, I often have to turn the volume up really loud.
Why is that?
It's about the audio mixing in films. The actors might speak very quietly or quickly.
And then suddenly there is loud music or a big sound effect.
The dialogue can get lost in the background.
This is why many native speakers watch movies with the subtitles on.
Even in their own language?
Absolutely. It's extremely common.
So if you use subtitles, know that it's a helpful tool for everyone.
Okay, that's good to know. It's not cheating.
Not at all. And this brings us to a third area. One that many students find very stressful.
You must be talking about telephone calls.
Oh, the worst. My heart beats so fast.
You are not alone in that feeling, Eddy.
There is a clear, technical reason why this is hard. On the phone, you have no visual cues.
You can't see the person's mouth moving.
You can't see their facial expressions or their body language.
You only have your ears to rely on.
And the audio quality is not always perfect.
So the important message here is this. Please do not feel down. Do not feel disappointed if you can't understand.
It is a universal challenge.
Your goal is not to understand everything.
The true goal is to improve your comprehension, so you can understand more now than you could before.
Progress, not perfection. I'm starting to get it.
That is the perfect mindset to have.
So with this new mindset, we can now move to the next logical step.
It's time to talk about the two main reasons why you don't understand what someone is saying.
Understanding these reasons will give you clarity. And that is what we will begin in our next part. All right, let's break down the two main reasons why you don't understand.
This is where it gets really helpful for you. When you know the why behind a problem, it becomes much easier to solve.
Exactly. So let's start with reason number one. The first reason is the most logical one. You don't understand because you simply don't know the words or the grammar being used.
I know this sounds simple or obvious, but it is the foundation of everything.
So it's a knowledge problem.
Precisely, Eddy. It's a vocabulary gap.
If someone uses a word you have never seen, it is impossible to understand the meaning.
A lot of students think the solution is just to get more listening practice.
But if you don't build your vocabulary, that practice can become very frustrating.
You have to know the language to understand people who are using it.
Let us give you a very clear example. I'm going to say a sentence. I want you at home to listen carefully. Ready? Here it is. It's cracking flags out there.
Listen again one more time, everyone.
It's cracking flags out there.
Cracking flags. What does that mean? Like flags are breaking in the wind?
A very logical guess, Eddie. And what about you? Watching at home? Did you understand it?
Probably not, and that's okay. This is a perfect example of reason number 1. The phrase cracking flags is an idiom.
An idiom is a phrase where the meaning is not literal.
And this one is a regional idiom from a part of England called Lancashire.
So what does it actually mean? It means it's really hot outside.
Ah, so hot it could crack the flagstones. Now the image makes sense.
But you see the problem. No amount of listening practice alone would help you understand that idiom.
You have to learn the vocabulary itself.
This applies to more than just idioms. Think about phrasal verbs.
Or specific terminology for work or hobbies.
Or even complex sentence structures.
So the key takeaway for this first reason is this. Your listening practice must have a partner.
And that partner is active vocabulary building.
More words in my brain means more understanding in my ears.
That's it exactly, Eddie.
So, that's the first major barrier.
But what happens when you know all the words, but you still can't understand?
Ooh, that's the really frustrating one.
It is. And that is reason number 2.
We will explore that in the very next part.
Okay, let's talk about reason number 2.
Now, we want you to pay close attention to this because this is often the most frustrating problem.
I know this feeling. I read the subtitles. And I think, I know all those words.
That is the exact scenario, Eddie. Reason number 2 is when you know the vocabulary, you know the grammar, but you just can't comprehend what you heard.
If you saw the sentence written down, you would understand it 100%.
But when a native speaker says it, it sounds like a completely different language.
Let's demonstrate this for you at home. I will say a sentence very slowly and clearly. I'm going to want to go soon.
Now you can probably follow that. The words are clear and separate.
But a native speaker would rarely say it like that. Instead, you are much more likely to hear this. I'm going to want to go soon.
Listen to that one more time.
I'm going to want to go soon.
Whoa, that sounds like one long connected word.
And that, Eddie, is the heart of the second problem.
This is what we call connected speech.
The speaker is using relaxed pronunciation. Let's analyze what happened there. I am becomes the contraction I'm.
That's the easy part.
Then, going to reduces to gonna. And want to reduces to wanna.
These are called reductions. They are very common in informal speech.
And notice there are no pauses between the words.
I'm going to want to go soon.
This is called linking. The end of one word flows into the next.
So, my ears are looking for spaces that are not there.
That's a fantastic way to think about it.
Another major factor in this category is accent.
Yes, the sounds you are used to hearing can make a huge difference. Let's take a very simple word, water.
How would you say that, Ed?
In my standard British accent, I say water.
And in my standard American accent, I say water.
Water, water. They are quite different.
Exactly. Now imagine you are a student who has only ever heard the American pronunciation.
If you are in a restaurant in London and Ed asks for a glass of water, you might not recognize that simple word.
Your brain is listening for one sound, but it hears another.
So it's not about the word itself. It's about the sound my brain expects to hear.
That's a perfect summary. So, reason number 2 includes all of this.
Reductions, linking, rhythm, intonation, and accents.
We can call it the music of the language.
So let's quickly review the 2 main problems.
Reason 1, you don't know the vocabulary.
Reason 2, you can't decode the music of speech.
Okay, my 2 enemies have names now.
And when you can name your enemies, you can create a plan to defeat them.
And that plan is exactly what we will discuss in our next section. Okay, so with that in mind, with the 2 main problems identified, let's now go through the ways to improve.
This is the most important part of our lesson. Moving from problems to solutions.
We are going to give you 2 primary methods.
The first method directly solves reason number 1.
The vocabulary gap.
Exactly. The solution is simple to say, but requires discipline. You must learn words and phrases.
This means actively building your vocabulary.
This is not a passive activity. You have to commit to this.
There are many ways to do this.
You can use flashcard apps on your phone.
You can keep a vocabulary notebook.
You can use sentence mining techniques.
The specific method is your choice.
But the principle is the same. You must consistently learn new language.
So I can't just hope the words will fly into my brain?
Unfortunately not, Eddy. It requires a little work every day.
This method builds your foundation.
Now for the second method. This one solves reason number 2.
The music of the language.
Exactly. And for me, this is the most important part of this entire lesson. I have a simple rule for you to follow. It is ABL.
ABL?
Always be listening.
Always be listening to English.
That is the habit that will change everything for you. Listen as much as possible every single day.
If you remember only one thing from our lesson, it should be this.
I think about my own experience learning Spanish. Back then, it was very difficult for me to practice my Spanish listening.
You didn't have access to unlimited Spanish audio.
Exactly, and I couldn't easily listen on the go.
But today, that has all changed.
As you all know, you have access to an infinite amount of English audio.
And you can access it from anywhere.
All you need is a smartphone and some earbuds.
So, when should I be listening?
A great question. You need to find the moments in your daily routine.
Listen to English on the train during your commute.
Listen when you're doing the housework.
Listen when you're out walking.
I do a lot of walking.
There you go. It's the perfect opportunity.
Anytime that you can listen to English, do it.
Now, these 2 methods work together.
It's a powerful cycle. When you listen a lot, You will find new words you don't know.
Then you use your active learning method to learn that new word or phrase.
Then the next time you hear it, you will understand it.
Listening feeds learning, and learning feeds listening.
Perfectly said, Eddy.
But this brings us to one final crucial question.
If you're always listening, does it matter what you listen to?
The answer is yes, it matters a great deal.
And in our final part, we will explain how to choose the right audio for you.
Welcome to the final part of our lesson.
We've established the problems. We've given you the core methods to improve.
Now, let's talk about efficiency. How to make your listening time as effective as possible.
Because your time is limited and valuable.
When selecting audio, we want you to think about 3 things.
Let's list them out.
Number 1, find something that is enjoyable. Number 2, it should be specific to you. And number 3, it must be comprehensible.
Let's start with enjoyable. This is simple. If you enjoy listening to something, you are going to listen to it more often.
You won't see it as a chore. It will be a fun part of your day.
So I should listen to audiobooks about famous chefs.
If you love cooking, yes, absolutely.
Okay, number 2 was specific. This can mean specific to your goals, like listening to business news for your career.
It can also mean specific to your level.
Which brings us to the most important point of all. Number 3, comprehensible.
That's a big word. What does it mean?
It's a fantastic question, Eddy. Comprehensible input is material where you can understand the general meaning.
You don't need to know every single word, but you can follow the story or the main idea.
This idea comes from a famous linguist, Stephen Krashen. He said that we acquire language subconsciously when we focus on meaning, not on grammar rules.
Aha! So I should focus on what they're saying, not how they are saying it.
That's the core idea. And this brings us to our section on common mistakes. A very common mistake learners make is choosing material that is too difficult.
They watch a complex movie for native speakers and get frustrated when they only understand 10%.
Why does this happen technically, Candy?
It's because the input is not comprehensible. Your brain has nothing to connect to. It's just noise.
So the solution is to find things you already know.
For example, rewatch a TV show in English that you have already seen in your native language.
Because you already know the story, the input is instantly more comprehensible.
That is a fantastic tip.
All right, it is time for our practical challenge.
We want you to train your ear for connected speech.
Listen to the short sentence, said slowly. Pass it to me.
4 separate words, very clear.
Now listen to how I would say it naturally. Passituhme.
Let's break that down for them. The S sound in pass links to the I in it. Pass it, pass it. And the word to reduces to a schwa sound. It sounds like tuh.
So you get pass it to me? Try to repeat that out loud. Passituhme.
So the secret is to listen a lot to things I enjoy and mostly understand. It's progress, not perfection.
And that is our Eddy's insight for today. A perfect summary of our entire lesson.
Thank you all so much for watching.
We hope you have found this lesson useful.
If you did, please hit like and share it with a friend who might need it.
And for your practice today, tell us in the comments. What is your favorite English TV show to practice your listening with?
We love reading your recommendations.
Subscribe for more lessons like this. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.